Modern desert mega-festivals are billion-dollar logistical machines built to run without a single flaw. Hundreds of millions of dollars are invested to guarantee that every light cue, every pyrotechnic blast, and every routine happens on schedule. The hundreds of thousands of people showing up expect a pristine, fully choreographed spectacle. But this line graph maps audience attention during live events, and it reveals a significant disconnect. During a perfectly executed set, attention actually flatlines. The human brain quickly adapts to a predictable rhythm and zones out. Attention only surges when that routine is abruptly broken. Imagine standing in a crowd of 100,000 people. The bass is thumping, the visuals are blinding, and then absolute darkness. The audio cuts out completely. That sudden silence forces a physical reaction. People stop dancing. They look around. Breaking the routine jolts the crowd out of a passive, hypnotic state and forces them into an active state of high alert. When we look back at Coachella 2026, the moments that dominated the internet had almost nothing to do with the rehearsed setlists. The true impact came entirely from the unscripted, chaotic anomalies that hijacked the weekend. In a media environment defined by polished, high-definition content, the moments that capture the highest level of collective focus are often the ones where the high-budget illusion fails. The stage lights rip back on, an unannounced guest steps to the mic. Instantly, a sea of glowing screens shoots up from the darkness. This is euphoric shock. It happens when a highly anticipated routine is abruptly shattered by something vastly better than what was promised. That positive surprise floods the collective brain of the crowd with dopamine. This network map visualizes the digital fallout. The central stage node connects to thousands of local smartphone nodes transmitting footage. These uploads trigger an exponential surge in visibility, forming global connections that saturate feeds, making it a worldwide trending topic. The people standing in the dust operate as a decentralized army of broadcasters, turning a fleeting local surprise into a global event. But unpredictability works in the other direction, too. Later that weekend, another headliner's set triggered an immediate reaction online, entirely due to its chaotic execution. The performance was disjointed, the audio mixes were bizarre, and the staging seemed completely broken. Within minutes, a fierce debate erupted across social media. Half the internet argued it was a technical malfunction, while the other half insisted the artist simply delivered a terrible performance. Look at this bar chart comparing digital engagement decay. A flawless performance's praise drops off steeply. However, a controversial event sustains high engagement. Algorithms feed on this friction, registering the arguments as high interaction and pushing the footage into an endless loop of debate. In an economy built on capturing attention, absolute perfection is often forgettable. A highly debated disaster generates significant commercial value, aggressively demanding a reaction. You can step entirely away from the main stages, and the exact same mechanics are at play out on the festival grounds. Here, fashion operates as the third pillar of chaos. One specific outfit worn by an attendee dominated social feeds for hours. It was weird, structurally confusing, and instantly polarizing. The comments were completely split between calling the look iconic and asking, what were they thinking? Pure visual shock value acts as a digital Rorschach test. When a scroller encounters an image that defies conventional aesthetics, it interrupts their scrolling rhythm, forcing them to process what they are seeing, take a stance, and share their verdict. The grassy fields between the tents are effective production studios. The physical environment exists to manufacture these jarring visual moments that can be exported directly to the web. By Monday morning, the physical event is over, but the digital aftermath is just beginning. Millions of views and infinite memes scatter across servers worldwide, decentralizing the story of the weekend. The people holding the microphones in the desert are no longer the ones dictating the narrative. The power rests firmly in the hands of the digital audience, clicking, sharing, and driving the algorithms from their living rooms. Coachella functions as a decentralized content engine, where the musical performance provides the raw material for millions of individual digital creators. Within this system, a blown speaker, an unexpected guest, or a confusing wardrobe choice are highly functional components. These disruptions generate the friction needed to keep the engine running. They are the primary features, not the bugs. As long as digital platforms reward raw authenticity and chaos over tightly managed perfection, the most important act on the bill will always be the shock factor. The algorithm guarantees there will be plenty to talk about next year. Which unscripted moment from this year's festival caught you entirely off guard? Drop your thoughts down in the comments.